Hello YouTube and welcome to this edition of Flights in Asia, and this video is going to be a little bit different than the news coverage that I usually do. Recently I took a short trip between the two city pairs of Manila and Iloilo City in the Philippines, one of the growing cities in the Philippines, and on the Iloilo to Manila segment I got the chance to fly on Cebu Pacific's Airbus A321 aircraft, one of the more recent additions to the Cebu Pacific fleet. The budget airline has about 39 on order, and then it has another 10 Airbus A321 XLRs also just ordered from the Paris Air Show. At present, there are around 7 of the aircraft currently in operation, and the airline has recently been deploying it more on high demand routes in the Philippine domestic market as well as in the region. With the many orders that are pending to be delivered, Cebu Pacific seems to be hedging its future on the aircraft. So with that said, for this flight, because Cebu Pacific's A321s has some new features including the USB charging ports and the seats made by Recaro, I wanted to highlight the experience and also try my hand on some trip reports. After a relatively easy check-in and security processing and a short wait in the departure area, the boarding process began and soon I found myself in seat 12A, which was just behind the exit row but didn't have an extra seat in front of me, so I had extra legroom. Because the inbound flight arrived early, we had an on-time departure. The USB charging ports are not immediately visible to you when you get to your seat. It's actually located just under your seat near the life vest area. Now the seats and interiors aren't all that impressive, especially if you are with Cebu Pacific or other low-cost airlines. The early dusk departure time offered some great views of the sunsets and some great photo opportunities. Within the first 15 to 20 minutes of the flight, we did get a glimpse of Boracay as we traveled northbound to Manila, and before you know it, it was already time for descent and preparation for landing. As the last rays of sunlight made way for the darkness of night, we touched down in Manila for an on-time arrival. If you happen to have a future Cebu Pacific A321 flight and want some extra legroom, the exit rows are located on rows 11 and 27. Just behind the front exit row, row 12 where I was seated had the window seats without the extra seat in front of you, except for the flight attendant if you're sitting on 12A. You also will get that additional legroom if you're seated on 27A or F. For the USB charging ports, I found it a very good decision by Cebu Pacific to add them on the aircraft, while you do have to look for the charging ports under and to the side of your seat. Overall, with Cebu Pacific being a low-cost airline, my expectations weren't that high, but for this flight, this was a very decent experience for a short 1-hour hop. Now, for those of you who have experienced the Cebu Pacific A321s, what are your thoughts on the aircraft and what could be improved on it? And what do you think would be great additions for the A321 XLRs? Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day and safe travels.